All right, 1 year ago to this very night, I received this picture. After showing it a year later, I received email after email after email saying that this was not a mirage. So I climbed the dunes myself to see this phenomena and spoke with the experts to settle this Skyline skepticism.
Every day is different. The view you see across the lake or the lake shore, the waves, the clouds, the sun, everything's different. It's always something unique to see. It's a new experience every single day.
Joshua Nowicki captures it all through a lens. He's an amateur turned semi-pro photographer.
I moved to Southwest Michigan about 4 years ago and just fell in love with living along the lake. And photography just kind of took off from there.
Some photos he takes for work, some he sells, but most he snaps just because he loves it.
The time out here along the lake taking photos is very precious to me. It's extremely relaxing. Everything else just melts away, and I can focus on taking photos and enjoying the moment.
A year ago was one of these precious moments that went viral. And I thought I wasn't going to get anything that would beat this until I found this photo from Grand Mirror State Park. This is from Joshua Nowicki. And what you're seeing here is a mirage. A year ago, I showed this amazing picture on air and online. The story has been one of the most viewed stories on our website ever. Most click because of its rarity, and also because there are Skyline skeptics. They say my explanation is a cover-up. A cover-up to their belief that this picture is proof the Earth is flat. Here on the shores of Lake Michigan at Warren Dunes State Park, just 50 miles towards our west is Chicago. However, we can't see the skyline, at least from this vantage point.
Earlier this year, there was a really good chance. It looked like probably 40 or 50 buildings looked visible from the top of the dune over here, which is the most I have ever had a chance to see it.
Is it evidence of early philosophers that the world isn't round? Or is it a mirage?
If you follow this right here, it's really easy, right through here.
We climb the dunes to find out.
A mirage is a case of atmospheric refraction, and it's caused by the fact that you have temperature variations in the atmosphere, and these cause density variations.
Dr. Mark Rennie is an associate professor of aerooptics at the University of Notre Dame.
So literally the speed of light varies within the air, and this variation of the speed of light has the effect of bending light rays.
Sometimes the Lake Michigan waters makes us see things. Here we are at the top of Warren Dunes. Pretty exciting as the inversion is setting up as we speak. A spring night, the lake waters are still very cold. And we can see out on the horizon and above it a dark line that's starting to show up just above. That's the inversion. That's where temperatures are different below than they are above and creating that cap. And we're beginning to see that atmospheric lensing, where in spots along the horizon we're seeing either breaks in the buildings or where the buildings may be flipped or distortion caused by the mirage or atmospheric conditions that are changing as we speak.
What's happening is the light from Chicago is being bent by the cold air above Lake Michigan slightly downwards towards the observer here in Michigan, and that's helping the light rays get around the curvature of the Earth, so to speak, so that Chicago can be seen almost all the way down to ground level.
See, now there's buildings shown up straight ahead of us. But if it is a mirage, argues many of the biggest critics who've emailed me, the image should be upside down.
The word mirage originates from the same root word as the word mirror. So technically, I think if you're going to be a stickler about it, you would say a mirage has to have an inverted image. But again, the physics is all the same.
The science is the same of that of a lens. Here's a simple example.
So if you're looking at Chicago here, now you can just see the top of the Sears Tower, and if our simulated temperature inversion moves into place, hopefully now you can see pretty much all of Chicago,
see all the lower buildings,
including what's at ground level.
So the atmosphere really is acting like a lens.
Yes. So this is, if anything, this is definitely a demonstration that refraction displaces the image, and basically where you think the image is not where it actually is.
That now infamous picture from a year ago, that's looming, as are these photos that we snapped. This is a mirage. We caught this looking towards Michigan City. Notice the distortion or flip in the image in the time lapse. On a normal day, say in the summer, you can see Chicago, but only a dozen or so of the tallest buildings.
Anything more than that, especially once you get over 10 or 12, something's happening, because that's not usually there.
The views along the lake are always changing, along with the weather.
It's always different. It's so unpredictable that I want to catch as many different views of it that I can.
So technically speaking, this pic is looming. It's not a mirage, but that's all semantics. It's all atmospheric refraction. Now, we have a lot of web extras with this story. Log on to abc57.com after this newscast. You can see the time lapse, a short lecture by Dr. Rennie, and how you can calculate how far you can see to the horizon based on your location. Reporting live, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tom Coomes.